That's a lot of diggers. You're going to get a sore arm.
Digger.
Yeah, digger. Can you say mama?
Digger.
Mama?
Baba.
No, not papa. Mama.
Digger.
No, not digger. Mama.
Digger.
No. Adam.
Digger.
Urian, now he can say digger,
Yeah.
but he can't say mum.
No. He doesn't give a shit about you. They were having a sleep, but those two were cycling.
I have to say that there's a law of diminishing returns on those scratchies. Like, they're very, very good for the first couple of days, but they do get wear and tear on them from...
That one I put a new one on, and straight away there was another one licking it at the top, so they lick it at the top.
This is my favourite heifer, Yuri.
Yes.
That's the alibi out of 17, eh?
Yeah.
Hopefully she's better than her Fleckvieh sister.
Yeah, she's also she's really calm. She's really friendly.
Oh,
Really friendly.
that's really surprising. Because her mum was a feaster.
Yeah.
We made the call to AI all the heifers for 3 weeks this year. The only ones in this line that we don't want to keep replacements from are the 3 that had facial eczema last year, and they are going to short gestation. The rest are all being bred to Jersey for an easy first calving. Anything that is more to the New Zealand style is going to Wilson Bune Matt, an American Jersey who has over 1,100 milking daughters in New Zealand. We need him for his longer bones and good udder quality. The overseas Holsteins are going to Payne's Generation, a New Zealand Jersey bull who is not a particularly well-proven bull, but he offers high components, and because we like the mating combination, we don't see it as a risky cross. We have a few New Zealand Jersey straws left over from last year that we will use on the less extreme heifers that can handle a New Zealand bull. What's that red one's number? Number 9.
Right.
And number 2, isn't it? So number 2 goes to Matt. And who's number 9's mother?
91.
Montage. Do we actually have
I
any?
actually think we don't have any montage. Have a look.
I think it was
Yeah, it's one straw.
light green. That's a montage. And some things for Anthony. And what was the other one? Matt. What canister's that in?
4. It's on the other side.
Oh, it's a
Yeah.
Maxio.
Yeah.
We've just started our third week of mating. The first week was crazy. We did 50 cows, which we've never done anything like that. And then the second week was super slow. I think we did 27. You have a couple of slow days and you think, gosh, is this just a lull in the 3-week period and there's more to come? Or are we seeing a pattern and I should be panicking? But I don't think that's the case. I looked at our records from last year, and this time last year we'd done 90 cows, and this time we've just done 88. So there's 2 cows difference and still, I think, 6 days to go. I think we'll end up well on track for a 90% submission rate. We just have to wait and see what the next couple of days have in store. Just going through my notebook to see which paddocks I'm going in the next couple of days. And we're actually due to start adding the first lot of silage paddocks that we mowed. And we've been able to maintain that 21-day round all the way through, even though we took out all that silage and we've had a heap of rain. So because I don't reckon we've had huge growth over the last 3 weeks. It's come in fits and starts, so I really needed every single one of those 21 days, but it's nice that the plan worked out in that regard. And then over the next couple of days I'll use those silage paddocks that we're bringing into the rotation to bolster the round out to 23 or 24 days. 24 would probably be too long at this stage, but let's say we'll go for 23 and see how we get on. And then over the next couple of weeks I might drop a few more paddocks and then start looking, what are we? Yeah, probably after the 20th of November I might drop a few hay paddocks out. We'll see how we get on. Won't be doing anything if we don't get any rain. Here's the problem with breeding. Bias. I grew up with pedigree Holsteins. Probably the first 30 odd years of my life I was the ultimate pedigree brat. Urian's Dutch, so he bleeds black and white. Crossbred, that was a dirty word in our household growing up. I think Jersey was also a dirty word. Probably not as dirty a word as crossbred. That was the absolute worst thing you could possibly do. And yet necessity has dictated that we need to do some crossbreeding. And here we find ourselves, we basically started off with the pedigree Friesian herd and we've got the ultimate mishmash of cows. I don't mind Jerseys. I could happily work with them. But probably the major limiting factor with Jerseys here is that you have to wait until they're probably 4 or 5, let's say 5, before they'll compete production wise. They can't even come within a stone's throw of a crossbred or a Friesian as a 2-year-old. And nor would you want them to, because otherwise they mature too early and fall to pieces. This shed was built for reasonable sized Friesian cows. And when you have these little pissy Jerseys as 2-year-olds, they've got too much room to move in the zigzag. So somewhere between a big Friesian and a little pissy Jersey is probably where we need to land. And I've gotten used to the crossbred cows and they don't offend me at all. When I look back with the benefit of hindsight, it was just utter foolishness that one could be so biased against them. These are not really what you'd call Kiwi crossbreds, they're more a Holstein Jersey cross. If I had been told 15 years ago that I'd end up milking mostly a crossbred herd of cows, I would have said I don't want to be a farmer anymore. But I'm still pretty happy doing it. This is a Jersey shorthorn cross and she must be, I think she'd be 5 now. She's a really good one. She does it really easily and I think that's really important to just have cows that do it easily, and some of our Holsteins, I don't think that they do it as easily as the other breeds these days.
too tall for that.
You're too tall. It'd be way easier to tail paint. It is possible that we could do better with full jerseys. We just don't know it. Maybe jerseys work really well on this farm.
Yeah, that's
I don't
good.
know. I guess we'll find out when those calves that we've got this year, they're going to be going to a Jersey bull next year. And so they're going to be what? Jersey 12, Friesian 4? So I guess we'll know more then. Treat them all the same and let the cream rise to the top. Could you milk a whole herd of Fleckvieh crosses?
No.
I don't think you'd have much fun in life. That one there that Urian's tail painting is one of our best producing cows, but she's going to Belgium blue because she's not nice. This one here was our top 2-year-old on the first herd test, which doesn't really mean anything. But she's also going to Belgian blue because her temperament's not up to scratch. And the top 2-year-old from last year is going to Belgian blue. Yeah. We ended up deciding to use Friesian on our overseas Holstein. There was no major reason to go back straight Friesian other than to extend our test sample with New Zealand Friesians over overseas Holsteins. And so the 2 bulls that we ended up using this year are Gallant, and we picked him because he's a component specialist and that's a major weakness of the herd at the moment. So on the taller, more narrow Holstein cows like that, they're going to Gallant. I think he's a 516 combination bull, so he should be able to add width and components to a cow like that. We're going to use launch PP on this crossbred here, and because we want to make her a little bit stronger in the front end and increase her chest depth. If you look at her chest, she's actually quite shallow chested, and I think if we used a bull like Gallant on a cow like that, the probability of it failing is just too high. So we'll stay clear of a New Zealand bull for a cow like that. She needs a little bit more assistance in the udder than what the typical New Zealand bull could add. You can also see it in her feet too. They're a little bit pointy and her paces are a little bit low. So on paper, a bull like Launch should be able to lift that up a little bit. Yeah, we wouldn't use Launch on a cow like that because she's too tall and narrow, and we wouldn't use Gallant on an animal like that because we think the combination would just be too much refinement to last a long time. So that's the plan. This other crossbred here, she's actually a Danish Jersey out of a Friesian, and for some reason, I don't know why, but the Danish Jerseys just did not have that good of feet and legs in our system, and so she requires very regular hoof trimming, and she's one of the top producing cows in the herd, and she's got tremendous high components, which is unusual for us, but can we sort the feed out with genetics? And so we're going to put her to Launch PP, and I think he might be one of the highest bulls in the Netherlands, I'm assuming. I think Urian said that he's one of the highest bulls in the Netherlands for feet and leg score. So just because she's such a good producer, we'll give that a whirl. So yeah, Launch PP, and New Zealand Holstein, she's going to Gallant. where we'll have to wait a few years to see if it works. We might do 2 or 3 drafts per year, just rejigging it to make sure that we've got it right. And then when mating actually comes around, it's super easy, we've already decided. And the only rule that there is that we're not allowed to sneakily change anything behind each other's back. What's on paper has to be what it is. So that's the mating list. Easy peasy.